Jesus. Yes, sir.
I think I'm more happier than you are.
That's good. Well, pay's on the way for you then.
Oh, for real?
If you're gonna be more happy than they are, yes, absolutely. How's that for some road trip?
Look, I almost did a look.
What's half of 130?
Thank you.
Oh yeah. No
130, 65.
Thank you.
Amen. Is that some
You
good
ain't
math?
talking about money, I know.
See, that's why I keep you and Grace around. Y'all be adding. If it's a number, I'll be like,
I don't know math. I just know money.
Notifications are going off.
Amen. Oh, there it is. Whoa.
You got to do your dance.
There it is. Oh,
Hold on, wait. I didn't get one.
Oh no. No. Ain't nobody else get. Tippin' got no one if I had me there.
I forgot that's the one. We might need to put the. I'll just be mindful of it. Okay, good.
It's the touch. You got that man touch. I got that nice, gentle woman's touch. So she stay right where it's supposed to stay.
Whatever works.
I've been waiting for this all week.
Now, what?
Hold on. Okay, that's great.
Oh. No, we missed Grace. Let's not
That was her.
She left?
Sir.
She left? Grace left?
She was just online now.
No, her glasses right there. She don't go nowhere without her glasses.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start out. But I'll tell you why we're here. How you do the comps. Just explain to them how you do the comps, because we do the comps individually. So that you're doing the awesome work. And so just explain when you send the comps and it's got the little meter. You're doing comps. Just explain to them what you know. And then we'll just swap information back and forth.
And I actually have the emails that you sent me. Does that help?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the great thing about us doing it together. We can exchange expertise.
So you want to know how I originally would do a comp for just anybody?
You just take them through the whole process, whatever you want to teach, and then we'll since we got all their notes, what they taught us with more, and we'll also don't change anything. Don't change anything. You keep doing what you're doing. Just explain. So when you see them next time, they're all caught up.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all no. We're not.
Well, sign onto your computer.
Yeah.
So y'all see my screen.
Absolutely.
It shows them
Come
move
on,
fast.
There you go. Do it wherever you
there
gotta
you go. It
do.
works.
And then can you show us how to manipulate and work that website? Like the listings that you showed us?
On the
Yeah,
phone.
you
Show us
That works.
how to do this.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not tech savvy.
Yeah.
And that way.
And that works. Yeah, this isn't no correction here. Just putting everybody on the same expertise. And you ain't got to just log in right now. We're not gonna start teaching to Grace here.
Okay.
Restroom session. It is my honor to pay you all.
It's my honor to receive. Thank you very much. E.G.
And if I know anything about the Lord, that money came right on time.
Okay.
Yes, because my car registration is due at the end of this month, and that's what I needed for the
That exact dollar amount.
pretty much.
Okay.
The exact dollar amount.
Do you
The
need
last
any
thing you need to be
last
doing is ride around with bad tags.
Oh my gosh, no!
That's the way it
Okay,
works.
so you on the hard website? Or on the hard app?
And it coincides with what I told you.
Yeah, but this is the
yeah.
realtor's
See
side.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's gonna look
the
different.
31st.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
glad you said that because I had a revelation this morning. I
where's
started
the
to share
RL?
online on it, but I said no. What I need to say to that
not the
person.
RL.
So I'm glad you
Not
just
yet.
said that. I'm totally glad you just said that.
Okay. Is this from God?
This is from God.
Okay, I
No
see
doubt.
it. I feel your
Yeah,
energy. I'm
buddy.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is, I have mine open so I can.
You got to put another payment in today, right? For the same person? Oh, that's the other person. That's right.
Yeah.
I still make sure you pay.
Okay, I'll be collecting on.
And we'll.
What was you about to say that was from God?
I am because I've been waiting for her to log in and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Bless
we
my
didn't
soul.
cover anything. Just while we're here. You know how we go. I realized, okay, who remembers what date I am won $16 million?
December 29th? Oh, 27th, okay.
2018. I sat here this morning. I did my routine every morning. I said thank you. Yesterday, I woke up tired, and I was tired. That's why I told you. I spent 30 minutes shedding the spirit of tired. There wasn't nothing wrong. My body was just tired, and I didn't want to walk into my day tired. Okay, so yeah, you'll see a part of this master week. We do this too. So yeah, we do this as well. But I realized, yeah, you can turn it to me, and then so Shannon, because we're doing this for Shannon as well. So what happened? I shed that spirit of tired because I didn't want to go in my day tired. Then that made me realize this morning, I got $8 million Saturday. So you got to be careful how God shows up with money. Yes! The $8.26 million valuation of the Brooke Carith University. I did half my goal
before December 27th.
Okay. Makes some sense. In less than 90 days.
So what do you do when that happens? Do you make your goal higher, or you just...
Well, let's do 34 million then.
Okay.
Because I can believe in 34 million at this point. At this point, I'm a bad man.
I'm sorry. I have to write it down.
That's good. It's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and change it. Yeah. So we have a company that we started. I've been working on for a long time, and I sacrificed. And all of us did. But one day, truck broke down, and I slept in here for a week. It's recording. It's 2 years ago. It was just, and everybody showed up for it. I didn't want to inconvenience. I said, just drop me off. It was everything was going bad. It's just no, we grinding for it. And right now, the company's and with that valuation, and that's a low valuation, but with that valuation, I'm gonna go be like, hey, you can get $8 million real quick. It would be no problem because it's mine. I can have it. But you have to be careful not to count what God has done because it didn't show up like your understanding understands it.
I got it.
Remember, I kept saying 8/16 cash in my hand. Well, that is cash in my hand. It's not net worth. That's a valuation of a company that I can go grab right now. But I've been concentrating on 16 million. And I did half of it in 90 days.
Under 90 days.
Under 90
days, yeah.
Under 90 days.
We ain't even hit the 15th of March yet.
I had that revelation this morning, but I didn't want to text it because it wouldn't have did the same thing. Make sense? All right. Okay, cool. Now you put it back on our chocolate millionaire over there.
But I want to tell you this.
Millionaire.
Please. I was listening to T.D. Jakes on the way here. He talked about how sometimes we have this downtime, but that's really your prepping time.
That's right.
That it may be worse, but this is you're coming back up or whatever. So that's your downtime, but you was prepping for waiting.
That's it. Les Brown says, work on you in the gaps. That's what Owner Brown says that. Work on you in the gaps. In the gaps, work on you.
And E.T. says, your routine will show you where your gaps are.
That logo. God,
my bad.
Okay.
And E.T. says, your routine will show you where your gaps are.
Eric Thomas.
Okay.
Right?
Now that's powerful. Your routine will show you where your gaps are. Okay, you've got the floor.
Okay.
Now, should we put the camera on there to see that? Is that wild? Well, I don't know what's on her screen. She may have her social. Oh, she can't get a presentation ready.
No. This is what I understood to be y'all need. So if it's not, please adjust.
Hyper market 90 days, super hyper sick. Come on, you know what?
Please.
How you doing?
Blessed.
Amen.
Thank you.
She got it all.
Mode is gold.
Because I remember you said that.
Gold. That's what they said in that. I remember that. Gold is gold. All right, have thy way. You got it.
Okay.
It's good. This is good.
Okay. This is the beginning of our screen, and I'm gonna just roll out a fake address. Not a fake address, but
Can't flip it.
don't have it.
It's all right.
Is it on screen, box man?
There. So this is how you find our comps.
this is me running the comp. So I'm gonna look at active. I'm sorry, what's this? We're gonna look at active, option pending, continue to show, and pending, and then this is our sold. Your sold is your most important because that tells you what has sold in that area. So we're gonna look at a house with the address of.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
Good. It'll be bigger in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, that comes from
What do you need an
moving it
address?
while it's tight. That's why I'm
I have one in my.
No one.
Yeah, I have one right in here. An actual address and one for sale.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about?
There you go. Got some slack now.
How about this one? 13319.
If it's gonna stay
Or
up.
how about
there,
26638 Fawn Drive?
I feel weird with it on me. Hey,
That better?
man, still the star.
Okay, it populated for us right there. And we're gonna do 0.25 miles. So that's gonna pull up what is actively on the MLS for sale. That's gonna pull up our option pending continue to show, and pending, and what has sold in that
Okay, this is
radius
okay.
of this address you gave me. Okay. Now, the square footage.
Oh.
We already said we wanted to do 1,000 to 2,000. So I'm gonna type that price range. I mean that square foot
Okay,
range.
square footage in this one was 1464.
Okay. Lot size. We did not discuss lot size. But when we're doing a comp, once you get your comp, you want to make sure that the lot size is still close to what you're comparing it to,
Okay.
because that's going to affect the price
Okay.
as well. Now, year built, you don't want to look at a house in 1986 and try to compare it to a house in 2015.
That's right.
You know,
That's
you
awesome.
want to make sure, and I do my comps in a 5-year range. So if this house was built in 1995, I'm going to look at 5 years before and 5 years.
Okay.
So it's giving 1990 to 2000.
Okay.
And that's what all my
what
comps.
they said while you was doing that, because they talked about that too.
I think it was
Okay.
20 years. It was 20.
Yeah, I think it was
It
20.
was 20 years.
Okay, so if y'all want me to pull for 20, I will.
That,
But
that was
so we can know what to price it.
20 years.
They said 20?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, you can pull for, if you want, you can pull for 15. I mean, it'll just give us more houses to do good deals. I mean, what do you want to do?
Well, we're looking at the market. So in 20 years, the market has changed.
Fair enough. So you want to do 10 then? Can you expand your search to 10?
Yes.
10.
Okay.
Right there on my. Okay. So what year was this house built?
this house was built. I did not write that down.
I think you did 19.
No, that was the last one I did right there.
Okay.
I saw it.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll just go here to our heart app.
And then type in that address. Okay.
I'm happy they have an app for everything.
Yeah, they got 20. So they make money. They make good money in their system of 20 years, which means we'll always
I
make
just was
good money with the system of 10 years. And we can't mess up if we go 10 years.
It was at Fawn Street. It was at one
Can't mess up with
26638
5.
Fawn Drive.
Now, while y'all are writing, they're getting ready to go to Dallas right after this, and with the intent of buying a house and doing a deal. When y'all go, I want to make sure that Melissa's the real estate agent on the deal.
Yes, sir.
If wait, let me put a little. Make sure she knows what I'm saying. If the deal happens and you got the lender and you got the investor and you can't really move it because of that, that's cool. Do the deal and we'll still give her some money.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
If we can
Of
keep
course.
her, if we can keep her as an agent, then we will. Then she'll get her money. If not, do the deal. We'll just give her some money.
Yeah,
All right.
because I do believe that they will have their own investors and real estate agents there.
And I think they're going to make you go with them if that's the case. And I don't want you to be like, well, let's.
We have our own real estate. Just
And
do
lose the deal.
and then we'll just come.
Tempest need new shoes. Although she just bought something, you get what I'm saying. Okay.
Okay.
I always been my shoes.
I understand.
Did you want the lot? Did you want the lot size?
Yes.
Is it? Oh, okay. Part of life. Was it that? The 13?
Yeah,
that's
that's the
And
lot
this one was
size.
built in 1980.
So,
Okay, so you can switch that around. Put it
do
on
y'all
license
have a
while she
prereq for the lot size, or
No
we
lot
don't
size,
care?
no
Okay,
prereq.
so we're not gonna put anything in there.
Okay.
So,
I mean, they didn't
with
teach you,
bedroom,
so-
okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll just know for ourselves.
This is your view of what you put in. This is how you get us
But
out here.
we recognize you as an expert.
Right.
That's what
You're
you
a
are.
te- yeah.
Yeah, so please teach us, and we'll teach you what these experts says, and we'll just mesh it, and you're gonna guide us. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna make you the money.
Okay.
I'm sure you don't mind.
Come
I
on.
receive that.
Let's
Okay.
get this money together.
Okay.
Well, look, I'm still up there. Okay? It's just 50s. That's all. Just come on.
Definitely. But we most certainly recognize you as an expert.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's what you. That's your license makes you. You earned that.
So we're looking at 3 to 4 bedrooms. That's our range. 2 full baths. We're gonna leave half baths alone, and then stories.
We're leaving half past. Okay.
Unless it's something like 2.5 or 3.5.
Okay, but not 1.5. You're right. Okay.
But is that what you meant, or you meant?
What? As far as the houses I was pulling was 2 bedrooms. You'll go higher? I mean 2 baths. You want to go higher? Cause I can do 2 plus, and that'll give me 2 baths in anything.
No, my question was 1.5. Is that 2 bathrooms or is 1.5?
No, that's a bathroom without without
I'll tell you what,
your shower
let's stick with your expertise. We're gonna stick with 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 bath,
Okay.
until we get great and a lot of money, and then we can. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Let's,
So we can play around
let's
with
become dominant here.
it. Just
Because you have to-
then we'll.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
You have to think that for how what people want, because you want to sell these properties. Most people want at least a 2 bathroom because kids trying to get ready. We're trying to get ready for work at the same time. And if husband can be in the shower and kid can be in the shower over here, that works out good.
You're absolutely
You know, so I think that's one thing that they said in there, that you want to look for this kind of square footage to make sure that you can have 2 baths.
Okay.
So that's the importance of the 2 bath plus resale value as well. So stories. We're not putting anything here, but when you get a comp, you want to make sure you're not comparing this 1 story to this 2 story. So that's something else to look for. And then garage. We're not gonna put anything in this field, but you know, are you looking at this one that has a garage and this one doesn't have any garage? That will affect your value. So you just want to make sure you're comparing apples to apples
Right.
and not apples to oranges when you look at a comp. So what else? DOM is days on the market, and we said we wanted 0 to 90.
That's it.
And then 0 to 60 is the super hyper market.
Yeah.
So now I sold, it defaults automatically to 0 to 180 days, and that's your 6 months.
Okay.
What's been sold in the last 6 months.
Got you.
Oh,
So is that what you want to?
We need 6 months is too long.
Okay, 6 months too far out. Okay,
6 months too
I
long.
changed
We
my
need
notes.
3 months.
Okay, so that's 90 days. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
change this to sold 90 days.
And the thought process of the system is to do this here, is to create a pipeline of constant houses. So you have a deal every 60 to 90 days, which makes us do 5 houses in 1 year. And then once we get all of us, 5 times 7 is 35 houses in 1 year. And we would like you to get the commission.
I need to be doing some deals.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we create a pipeline of 90 days or less. That's the thought. That's what they taught. And I understand why. That's why 180 days. Because what'll happen is we'll be tying up money for 6 months.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
To give you, to let you understand that, we do a deal now. We don't sell it to September. We don't want to be doing that.
Right.
You know, tempers need
So
new
we
shoes
want to
way
do
before
comps within 90 days. Where
Yeah, so we
You
create
want to see what's been sold in 90
exactly,
days.
and we doing 2 things here that's going to make us win. We're winning in preparation. We're following the Wolfpack system, period.
yes, sir.
And then we're following the expertise of our real estate investor agent, who is also now an investor now. Because
Congratulations!
what we're gonna do is what we're gonna do, free of charge. What's gonna happen is we're gonna make enough money, and then we're gonna call asset protection. Tim's gonna make me call asset protection today. She reminded me last night, and then we're gonna start the companies, the entities with the professionals. With each one as well, you'll be included in it as well, so you won't have to pay for your own. We'll do it with the profits of what we're making.
Oh, praise the Lord, because I already got my business name.
There you go. There you go. That's what we want. That's what we want to do. We'll do it with the profits. So, just one by one. You know, one more. Because you already got business, man. You'll be making money before then, but you understand. We want to take care of everybody. That's what we want to do.
Praise the Lord.
Especially when you come in here sitting and explaining to us even more. Because the more we get it, the faster we'll get. Oh, you keep going. I'm sorry.
No. So, when we look at the status for active and pending continue to show, and option pending, that's what was actually on the market.
Okay.
So, option pending continue to show, that means a contract has went on those properties. So you want to know what they're selling at, because you can see what the market is doing, what people are buying them at.
Okay.
So, or what they was listed at. You won't actually see what they were bought at until they're actually sold.
Okay.
So all that's public information for what they bought it for.
In the app that I sent y'all will show you what it was sold for.
Okay.
Now, like a regular hard app will give you a price range. Zillow gives you kind of a price range, but the app, my branded app, shows you what it was sold at.
Okay.
But you won't know that till it's already sold.
Okay. So I have a quick question. So you were saying where it says like option pending and things of that nature, basically that's showing us that this particular house went onto contract for this amount that they have it on market for.
It went on contract, but we don't know what that agent and that buyer submitted for.
Okay.
Because you can have your house listed at 160 and I can offer you 150.
Okay.
You won't know till it's sold. The public what it was sold as.
Okay.
Which is also why we're so focused on what's been sold in the 60 to 90 days in that market with the comps that are comparable, because that's the numbers.
That's what we're gonna.
Because when you do a comp, you really only have to include sold, but it's good to see your active and everything, because you can see what the market is, because your active captures the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
So expired, we don't include that, but this is just like a lot of expireds. It's a good idea for the real estate agents to try to go and knock on those people's doors to see if they can list the property, because most of the time expired listings were overpriced. So a good thing that can be done is what's been sold in this radius, what was it priced at that it didn't sell, because the listing pretty much expired with that real estate agent.
It would show the list. I mean, it would show what they were offering it as.
It'll show what it was, listing.
Which means we need to stay away from that offering if it expired and it was priced too high.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't even matter, because the comps will tell us what to do anyway.
Just how long is the expiration date for? I mean,
Whatever that agreement with that realtor and that client was.
okay. So it varies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, I'll do a listing with my people for 6 months because you really want to sell in 6 months. But we have a report that'll show you what the market is. So I just had one in Galveston. We did it for a year because Galveston, at the time I ran the report, their inventory was only moving at 9 months, like 9 point something months. So the inventory in Galveston for the price range they was going at was moving really slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Which makes sense. And
Yeah.
these are regular people, so she cut it by 3 months to sell faster. But we're investors.
Oh yeah,
We ain't trying to.
we not
regular
trying to hit no
trying
expiration
to
date
create a
whatsoever.
pipeline.
We are fresh.
Yeah, we trying to create a pipeline.
We are
Yeah,
gonna be
That's
fresh.
why we at the crazy 90 days.
Yes.
which is a good thing.
Wait, yeah, for all our bank accounts.
Okay. So, right here it has a question mark. Mm-hmm. It normally calculates a live count. So I don't have anything in that radius
Okay.
that's meeting that criteria. One thing I can do is I can open it up. Now, normally, when we learn how to run CMAs, they tell us don't go past a 3 mile radius because an appraiser's not gonna go past a 3 mile radius.
Okay.
That's the same thing they told the client.
But
Yeah.
well, it's good that we match.
Yeah, we're all experts. Yeah.
But an appraiser,
So there's
appraiser
no
is more-
comps within 3 miles of this one.
right? But we can, if we wanted to, we can go out a half a mile.
Unnecessary.
Can go out a mile.
Well, just for training purposes, can we go and see what's? Because I want to know how
You
to
wanna
make
see
the
a
comp.
comp? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Is that a-
Houston, 3 miles makes a huge difference.
Yeah. This is.
And-
I happened to pick a house that was in Hempstead.
One thing about Houston, and with Houston, you have to watch, and this is probably any area, you have to watch major roadways. So if I cross, 610, my comps
So right.
Yeah.
vary, so I can't. I'm not supposed to. I should not cross a major roadway or body of water.
So right.
And
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Like.
what's wrong?
Because the difference between
You cross South McGregor, you in
You
one part of
understand.
Third Ward and you in the other part of Third
you
Ward,
understand.
okay?
You understand.
You buy Frenchies or you buy the right
You
people,
understand.
okay?
You gonna hill
Frenchies,
crawl.
oh, me too, okay? But I want to go with that.
You understand? Yeah, it's absolutely correct.
It's different across
Yeah,
the
one
board.
side
You
of
want hill
59
crawl
on
for
the
Voss.
52.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Cross, Hill Cross.
Two different,
Two
same
different
road.
areas.
Same
Yeah,
road.
right.
And Voss
Yeah,
is
you
a
sure
little
right.
bit
God
different than
bless
Hill
us.
Cross.
Right.
It's a lot different.
I should know.
That makes sense.
610 and yell your way.
Okay, and the
Or
16
the other
the other
way.
side.
Yeah, that's a whole
Totally
difference. That's a whole difference.
About
Condos on one side.
$200,000 difference.
Yeah.
$200,000 difference
Wow.
Yeah.
between 610.
So as a collective consciousness, we declare that
Please.
Melissa's gonna run the comps how
Okay.
she see fit in those areas.
Amen, Jesus.
So
Amen.
we ain't even go ask. We go accept.
Get that TSU side of All right.
And I'll lean on your expertise for that, honey.
Yeah, which is, can you bring up what you did the other day? Because you understand Houston, and it's because she lives in Houston, but she did something very clever, and so you and Melissa will most likely be working together on that part.
What did I do?
When I had you looking for hypermarkets, we trying to find
Her zip code?
but she knows Houston, and she went with Harvey.
Oh, yeah, I know
Yeah.
the areas that people are stranded in Harvey, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amen, Jesus.
So that's good. Okay.
So should we put in an address, a Houston address, and maybe pull up comps?
Whatever you want to do.
That's fine. I'm
Nobody's
trying
getting
to-
confused.
Because I picked one of those addresses and I didn't realize it was Hempstead. And that's why there's nothing within 3 miles.
And Hempstead is probably not going to be.
Hypermarket. Yeah.
It may be a pocket in there
I have one of these?
that's trending as a hypermarket.
77047 or 77051. Is that those good zip
We
codes?
can look it up and try and see.
Missouri City.
Oh,
Here goes one of Missouri.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Mo City.
Okay. So same thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Stafford.
Right, there's that Sugar Land close to the edge of
yes.
Sugar
West Side
Land.
of Fun.
And then there's the South Main, Missouri City.
Yeah.
You understand? So what me and Tempest are doing, we're using her knowledge. So since Melissa said you can't search for hypermarkets,
Okay.
we're using her knowledge of zip codes
I'll
and
get
areas,
introduced to
and
real
we're gonna.
people.
We need one of
Can you give her some of them
I'll
zip
see.
codes, at least one of them, and she can see if it's a hypermarket. We can't
Child
search
in
it.
Missouri.
We should be able to
Please,
see
I've been
it.
on the Sugar Land.
That's what we're
Okay,
trying to
that's
do for
Sugar
you.
Land.
Okay.
Find zip codes.
I've been on the highway.
Give
Don't go
them
to
to
Sugar
you.
Land. They talk about
See if
Missouri. They were like, oh,
Can you
yeah.
see if?
So that's so
Missouri
how it
City.
moving.
That's what we're trying to make it a
I've
bit
been on the
easier
highway
for you.
6 side.
Thank
We're
you.
doing
Oh, that's
leg work
Yeah, that's not like
as well as you to make it, because the easier we can make your life, the more money we can make.
Yes.
versus
And the faster we can move.
That's everything is about speed. So let me say this. Hold on. Everybody come back real quick.
Download it and blow it up.
Let me say this: the faster we can move, because she's right, and that's what we're trying to do. What Timmons and I are trying to do is find all the zip codes with Tempest knowledge, because we can't search hypermarkets. But what we can do is use what Tempest know the areas, and we can find zip codes that are possible hypermarkets, and then give them to Melissa and let her check
for
If
listings.
they are.
Oh, okay.
if they are. Hey, this is 77, 921. Check this and see if houses are selling within 90 days. And she goes, yeah, they selling in 30. Boom. Somebody go there and get a
We
deal
go on
right
a
now.
road trip to Houston.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Okay.
All right, so this is an open conversation.
well, because I know
You give it to her. I think she's ready for you.
had that whole flooding
I
situation
just have a
too.
zip code. That's it.
Okay, that's- well,
77078.
Hold on, that's gonna be. Let me see.
so as far as
770.
Dickinson having, well, we need,
78.
we'll write down those Dickinson zip codes, but we gotta wait until the market becomes hyper, or anticipate when it will.
Okay, thank you.
We won't wait too long because speed matters.
So this area, people were like literally underwater, like they was on top
On
of
top
the
of
roof
their
and
roof.
still almost at the roof. So yeah,
So it's a possibility. Folk going through there buying them up.
So we just
where
Investors.
DJ Church used to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's that area.
This still isn't pulling us anything as far
Okay.
as
Okay.
that zip code. But we can look at that zip code for I have a thing right here, stats. And
because some people just
We
like
just
to be in a
gonna-
particular zip code for school zones or something. Instead of
We
Was it
just gonna
18?
send you zip
78.
codes until we get it. We gonna pick them
77078.
until we narrow it down. And I'm gonna send you. And I thought about this the other day. When you all are in Dallas, find because he taught us on the mentor call that private lenders are territorial. They
Yes.
normally stick in a territory because they know that's where their money has to get
They-
from investment in that territory. I need you to ask both agents. Yes, and this is going to
is that
save
Sean
us
is picked?
both agents
Wait, the whole
and
okay.
Right there. That's
private
Sean's picked.
lenders.
Okay.
Where are the hypermarkets in Houston? Right? Because they know.
Yeah.
And just ask for zip codes. If they don't know zip, just tell them, just say where, write down where, and then we'll get the temperature. Oh, I know where that's at. Or we'll Google it.
I'll put the recorder on.
Put the recording on.
Okay,
Whatever
got it.
works. But find out where. Ask the people who are already making money there.
Please.
Right? That makes sense.
So Teva said, please, yes, ma'am.
That makes sense.
When you
Makes
see the
sense.
whole list start coming
That-
through, you
I
just see
see
like one every couple of minutes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I will drive.
What all of us doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not
No.
highlighting it for me.
It highlights the whole thing.
I don't know. Ask. This is my.
What we gonna do? You got a Mac, don't you?
Okay. So
Yeah, I don't like.
That you don't like? That's
I
what
apologize for that. So, huh?
I forgot you was a sinner.
Sure is.
Okay, cool.
I like the Excel spreadsheet and Microsoft Word.
That's okay. I'm gonna let you log in. On
I'm
this
gonna have one eventually soon.
But I am
Right.
appreciative
Next
of
month.
it.
Let's put a date on it. Everybody have Max next month.
Praise the
And,
Lord.
You can get Microsoft Office for Mac.
But I heard it don't work the same. But what I did was I go to Google Drive
Okay.
Here, log in here.
Yeah.
and I
Log in here. This will bless you so. This is so much faster.
Shade.
now
He always be throwing shade.
this shows you. This is
You know what?
this is
You are
the
not
stats.
in my vortex with that.
And it's the sale price versus
So
the
we
list
had a
price
full
ratio.
hour and a half conversation on Abraham.
So this is single family. It shows what I rented for single families, 3-4 bedrooms, 2 bath, and this is a square foot. And so
Now,
this
do me a
is
favor. Pick that up and show that to that camera too.
okay.
That wonderful explanation.
So this is the stat reports. So in January of 2013, you can see the sale price versus the list price ratio. How it moved in the market. So this is January 2013. This is January 2018. And so,
No, it's not touch screen.
Do this. Stop that.
No, I know you're 5 feet.
And turn the camera.
Whatever you do, don't lean forward.
Try 2 fingers at the same time. Microsoft pretty much, bites off of that.
How did you get that bigger?
She
look
zoomed
at
it.
you.
How?
And so
That's how it
These
works
3
on-
dots up there. I think that's what she.
Oh, okay.
It'll
Okay.
bring down Dropbox.
Okay. Show me how to make mine do. Show me how to do it
Did
on
you
mine.
close the
Yeah.
tab?
Struggling with my
Tab.
stuff.
So I'm trying to show the data because it shows the data report shows it in percents. Oh, there it goes. So you have 2013, 14, 15. This is the closed price versus the list price. So what it closed at and what it was listed at. So we can see like in 2018, January 2018, they were closing at 99.1%. So if you have 100, they were like right there at almost what is listed as what it was closing at.
And January 2018?
January 2018.
What zip code is this?
That's 77078.
The one you just gave him? Mm-hmm. Well, we need to write that one down because that was like 27 days ago. I mean,
770.
And this one,
it ain't failed that
it's
much.
not 100%. It's 122.2%. So that I would think is your hypermarket. So
Wow.
that appears to be a good.
February.
zip
We got
code.
one tap. We got one tap.
Woo! Come on, we got to clap for Tiffany. That's it.
We got some hypermarket.
Can we create a note? Oh, you got a note on that, huh?
So this is your
Yeah.
sale price versus your list
So
price.
put some
ratio.
asterisk there.
So
we know that
meaning
was
122% meaning it's selling higher than what they was
And
listed
you can
for.
do that.
paying time.
Like if you really want that property,
And if
you
somebody
can
else is
go
bidding on it too, or
because you want to outbid people. You don't know what. If Timmons has a realtor, she has a realtor,
Please.
and then I have a client. I don't know what her realtor is submitting at. We don't know what Tempest realtor is submitting at. But me and my client want to submit the best offer
because we really want it.
because she may submit. She may ask for it may be listed at 190. She may submit her bid at 190 and don't want any closing costs. Tempest may do it at 190, but want the owners, the sellers, to put half the closing costs down. So I may come in and I may say, I really want this house. Let me offer 195 and no closing costs. What offer is gonna net you the best profit?
No, but you have no way of knowing what those offers are.
But yeah, they're blind. The seller gets all of them, but I don't know who done put offers in.
So sometimes it's not good to make the least offer.
Right, because everybody's not gonna come back and negotiate with you.
Okay.
they
Especially
may-
if it's in a hypermarket.
Because they may already have
Okay.
offers, and so you want to have the best offer.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
That's all. And our offers are cash offers,
It's all right.
which makes our agent
move
very
faster.
happy.
Yeah. And cut some of your fees as well. So,
Okay.
Yeah, keep educating us.
let's see what else. So we'll go back to.
She's like, they gonna put me on camera. Hold on, let me make sure.
This, the realist tax, I like to use this report. It won't come up on. Where's it on your computer? You took your computer?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, no, it's okay. But the realist tax, it won't come up on here, but that pulls our that will pull your tax records, because not all houses are listed on the MLS. Like I had a buyer, and I had a buyer, and she wanted to buy for sale by owner. Well, for sale by owner is not going to be listed on the MLS.
Okay.
So, how do you capture this for sale by owner? It's captured through the tax office.
Okay.
You
That's
know,
why we
so
got an agent.
that's just something that because like even if I sell or for sale, if I help a person buy for sale by owner, it doesn't even register to, because everything I sell or work with a client for is tracked through the MLS. So it doesn't even show that I ever sold anything with a client, because we bought it for sale by owner and it wasn't listed on
that
the
list
MLS.
would be for sale by owner list.
No. Well, it has what's for sale by owner because it's the tax records.
Okay.
So let's say we pull the realist report and you'll see something on there that says, I think it's somebody say tax, and it'll say MLS. And sometimes there's a discrepancy, and that's because the MLS has it listed as like maybe a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, whereas the tax record just has 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Well, people do renovations on their houses all the time, and they may not go down there and get a permit. So the county still have you as having a 1-bathroom, but your MLS, the agent came to your house. Well, she saw that it was a 2-bath.
Okay.
So the realist is good to capture. I like realist. It captures a lot
You
of
like it? I love it.
information that we normally wouldn't see. But here it says something about Adobe or Flash Player. So we can't pull it up here. We probably can pull it up on Antonio's. Let me just sign in.
Flash is going out of style immediately, and
Is it?
It is.
Oh, well, that's good. I don't have it then.
but
Well, you missing technology.
It'll give you an option here, but Adobe and Apple have been at war since the 90s.
I know.
That's part of why Adobe, kind of where it is. Was never used on any Apple products.
But is Adobe Photoshop and everything?
Yeah, that's why Apple, or that's why there was difference. That's why there was no Adobe for Mac. There is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anything Adobe, they went to war. I forget what happened. I used to know the story. They went to war. For the first iPhones didn't even have picture messages. You couldn't even MMS. You had to go to email for that.
Oh, let me show y'all this.
I just remember the flip phone where everything was
I
broken.
love the flip phones. I still like flip phones. Just dial.
Yeah, I'll
and-
go
and
for
talk.
a razor.
Can't nobody hack those.
Yes.
That is.
Oh, so all right. That's what they were, a razor. Shut up. Download my little ringtones and
I still do ringtones.
dun 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 dun.
And remember,
Push it real.
and remember when the newest song came out, everybody was going to spend their little $1.99
God,
to
that's
get
the
the ringtone
ringtone
on
on
the new
Cricket.
song.
Yes.
And you saved your ringtone to the person based on how you felt about that person. Oh man. They not so long ago.
Yep.
Sorry.
Caffeine kicked in. Good. Are you gonna show us how to read the emails that you sent?
Yeah, they need that one too.
Okay.
And I think Tempter's going to give you an email here soon.
Okay.
Ain't that what we're talking about? No? We was wondering.
You said it makes sense for her to have what she was sending to.
But do you think she need her own email? Yeah, or maybe we'll have to just develop a whole company and do that. Yeah, but it didn't. We have the real estate email.
You said no because you didn't want to mess up.
I read the broker stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I read the broker stuff. Okay, that's what it was. You're absolutely right. That's why we didn't get you. I read the broker stuff, and we needed it to be all profit on your side, so we can
For the
get
transactions. And that was something else. So like a for sale by owner and all that wouldn't count towards transactions for that.
Okay.
For a broker.
We won't do too many of those anyway. So that's cool. But if we do, we'll make sure you get some. Well, you get a commission though.
The for sale by owner.
That's right.
I did
because you want to need.
Well,
with an agent, because
I got commission because normally the buyer doesn't pay. The seller pays your commission, but my buyer, who's my client, she paid my commission because she needed me, and I have been working with her for like a year, driving her around.
Gotcha. Yeah, we ain't gonna be doing that. We're gonna do most of this over the phone.
Okay.
Let me just tell you.
Gas and
Yes,
up.
yes.
Okay.
First
of all,
We're gonna do most of this over the phone. You will not be driving us around.
that gas is 221 by
Mine work.
Now on the Mac, in order to scroll, you know, use a Mac. Scroll up and down on the Mac. It's two things at the same time. That's how I knew it would do it over there because
That's what $2
Windows pretty much stole everything back.
Does
So if you want to scroll up and down, two fingers at the same time,
okay.
yeah, to scroll and
You gotta tell me this: the Mac. Oh, I don't see it. There is this long, thick cord
I got it.
that comes with it. How do you connect that with other? Because my brother said that extends your cord, but I couldn't figure out how to hook
Turn
it.
it around for me. Yeah.
So
This extends it. I never use. I think Tip is used to just. Right there.
oh
And then there's another piece that goes directly into the wall.
yeah,
So it's
that's that piece I use.
Yeah, it's short.
Okay.
Yeah, it's short. Just the charger's actually.
That's how you charge it?
Yeah, there's another piece that actually has the plug,
Yeah,
the male end, it goes into the wall. The reason I stopped using mine immediately because before I was in the office, before I had this office, I spent a year at Starbucks. It was never long enough.
Oh.
Because you don't always get to sit by a plug in Starbucks. So I just start using this. I still have this in the box, the real piece in the box. I just stopped using it.
Okay.
Because of convenience. I had to get it. Sir, do you mind if I go on your legs real quick? I'm sorry, and I needed space. Yeah.
Okay, so that just unplugs. Okay.
It just unplugs. It pulls right on off.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And they give you both.
Okay.
Now if you do what I did, Tempest had to replace mine. She actually bought it for me. It was $84.
For a cord. Okay.
Because I kept rolling over my cord with this chair. Anywho.
You did that to the Mac cord?
Pretty funny.
Apple regardless. They get you putting charges. They know.
They do. I have to go buy a battery because I still have a 6S. And you know how it slowed down.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I have to go and.
That's out.
But I'm loyal to them, even though they don't seem to be loyal to me.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna say nothing else. But okay. They be acting real. They act like
Alright, so what we doing? The emails now?
Well, okay, so
Whatever it's your show.
Okay, so these are properties that have pulled up for what address did I put in?
Okay. No, but you tell me.
Oh, I pulled up 14915 Little Leaf Court, Houston, Texas 77082. So these are the comps or the comparables what we're gonna compare to have pulled up. Your status is that active So we see one. We have one active.
Okay.
So it's gonna tell us what it's priced at the market on the market. Right now we have 2 sold.
Okay.
Right here. That's the price. This
Okay.
arrow means it has been decreased. There are times where you may see a green arrow and they went back and increased the price. So
Okay.
the arrow going up means it's increased. This is your distance. And remember we said we wanted to say 0.25. So you can see this one is 0.1 miles from the property address. This is 0.2 miles from property address.
So these are all the 3 that. Okay. These are our 3 comps. Okay.
That has pulled up.
Okay.
So I can hit quick CMA, and that's most of the time what investors want to look at because they don't want that long book. But you can have this kind of CMA as well.
CMA
Maybe
stands
I
for
want
what?
comparative market analysis.
Okay.
So
Oh,
your
there are
comps.
comps. Okay.
Let me see. We're on Antonio computer, so let's see.
And this is what you usually been sending us. Is this what you send us? Okay.
Well, no, not this long one. When,
Okay.
Antonio.
Like, went away on you.
Yeah, but it came back. Okay.
Okay.
So I've selected the person I'm gonna send it to. Then I have to go to pages. Then I can click in here and send all these different
Okay.
data to go along with it. So I might send the cover letter, the price adjustment for a single family home on this that's the days on the market. And this is good for a listing if
Okay,
you're
you need
going.
to take it off and turn it showing it, just so Shana can get an idea.
And these are other things you can
Okay.
add to it. And so we're gonna have all of this in our
Report.
report.
Okay.
So then we go to our subject. And I normally search from the tax record to autofill. And I'm going to enter the street address 14915. I hope that's the St. Harris. Okay, let me. Oh, we didn't use the address there. Let me see. Do y'all remember that address that I said I was gonna use? I remember it was Little Leaf Farm, Little Leaf Court. Oh, 149. I think I got one paste. Let me see. Okay. I'm just typing in the description of everything. And so normally the bedrooms and the bath and all that stuff will pull from Realist and enter all this, and I wouldn't have to enter a lot of this information. Like my years billed and all that would most likely be in a report. It would pre-populate for us. Didn't do it this time because, of course, I'm trying to do this, so it's not doing it. So I will finish filling in the information. Then here we go to the comparables. We're going to look at these 3 items. And then you have your map.
Okay.
Your map, this is our primary property, right?
Mm-hmm. Number 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, excuse me. Number 1 is our comparable. It's telling me that it could not map my subject property.
Okay. So those are all just
All
ones
our
for sale.
comparables, yeah.
Okay.
But we can see right here what's good about this is it's showing us that there's no major roadway.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and the other thing was a train track. You know,
Okay.
train tracks make a difference as well.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Makes sense.
Actually, you know that. She got a train track. Well, used to.
I have a train track.
Move from one to another.
So, okay.
That's in the different type of neighborhood, so it's quiet.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
you got the real train.
Okay, there you go. It's quiet.
The ones with the upgrades.
They don't want to be disturbed.
That's right.
With the horn.
That
Okay.
is right.
I understand.
That is right.
I received so
So-
much of that.
The horn don't bother me.
It
I
don't
should do
bother
the
me.
horn
Yeah, it
now.
don't
My
bother me.
husband hate the horn.
You don't bother me, but you know,
So we can see right here
you know.
for these comps.
It can bother you. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is the low for that area.
Be silent
This is your
about it.
median.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your average right here. And this is your high.
Mm-hmm.
So the highest in that area that they're going for is this. But we would have to research to see why is this one sold. What did it have that made it sell at 205?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't just want to go in and say, well, I want to price mine at 205 since that's what the
Oh, we're not
highest
pricing
is.
high. Yeah.
You know? So again, that's the comp. Low is 160. Your average is 176,667. And from if this report was the same for this zip code, we would say, okay, so they're going at 99.1. So I would use a range of 1% to show a price range. So I hit finish and bam, your report, which is very detailed.
It just works out. And that's a lot of work you do too. I sure appreciate you.
But you're learning. So
Yeah.
this is the full CMA. Now, most of the time, a investor wants to see, they're not interested in all that. They want to see your quick CMA.
Now y'all need to decide if you want full or quick. You know
Quick.
what I want.
Quick.
Oh. But I guess, how hard would it be to send both? Is it extra work for you?
I mean, it's okay. I don't have a problem.
Because Tempest would want all the details.
I mean,
Boss lady said he ain't got time, so we'll.
I learn them all another day.
What? I think that's a whole system we ain't got access to. I was trying to get you. Here, I'm gonna send this to you. See if you can work with this.
Who is you?
Yeah, I was sending you.
Okay.
Zillow.
You see right here, I have quick CMA.
Uh-huh.
Sitting who?
Look at this.
Zillow.com.
What is that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that.
Hey, tell me how I get this off.
Just click off of it somewhere.
day.
What was on there?
No,
The
right
dic-
click the definition.
Oh, okay.
So-
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is
So
just
this
your
is-
quick CMA and BAM, quick statistic, zip code, the county. Foreclosure, yes. You have your bedrooms, your garage. It's a 2 garage attached. You have your year bill. You have the lot size, the building square footage. There's a maintenance fee. And that's the MLS number. And then here goes some interior features, which is, electric, gas, microwave, whatever's in there. The foundation's a slab, the type of roof. That information is in there. And financing available. It talks about cash sale, and that's just something that
But we don't need to know any of that, though.
No, I don't, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can. The only reason you need to know that is when you decided this house is a good deal. Then you go compare it and go get all those other details on 3 more.
that
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
now.
so
Well,
okay.
should do that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so if you
No, I'm
look
not
at
telling you not to
pictures-
learn.
No,
I'm
no.
just telling you we don't need to.
So
Not to panic. I'm not saying you're panicking, but there's a collective consciousness in the room that I'm talking to. Don't get inundated with the details and panic. Because we'll need to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still talking to the collective. I done had 3 or 6 different private conversations while this conversation was going on. I'm not just talking to you. Okay, cool.
So here is your tour of the property. This is gonna show your pictures. You just scroll through. If you really like the property, you can favorite, and that will allow. I will find out your favorite as well, but this allows you to get a notification anytime anything happens on that property.
okay, so when we favorite, you'll get notification.
I can see
And
what
do
you
we
favorite.
do we message you and let you know we want comps on this?
If you want to come,
Okay,
just call.
that's what.
Okay, so when we use the app you gave us, when we favorite it, you'll get notifications. Okay, that was a
Okay.
good question. Thank you. I didn't know that. That's good. That's easeability. Technology is great. Technology is great. I like this, and I like what Melissa is doing. It was different when I bought my 5 houses. I had to do most of what it was. I had to go to it was GCAD because I bought most of them in Galveston, Galveston County.
Did you do tax lien?
I was getting ready to get into tax lien, but I needed cash for that. And the way I bought my first 5 houses were creative finances. I was trying to work my way to cash. By that time, I'll start being at the courthouse first Tuesday of every. What was it? First Tuesday?
Tuesday of the month.
Of the month. Yeah, I started being there. I was on the list. Probably still am. I just don't check the email or what. Right? I was on the list and everything. I was working because once you got 5, now it's Monopoly. Trade in for a hotel. That's exactly the game I was playing. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go get something bigger. That's what I was in. But I never played that game because I lost on this side by overcompensating myself. I had too many houses, not enough cash.
But they didn't bring you income.
They did, but I had 2 people walk out on me at one time, and the income, I couldn't afford the house I was living in, plus the 2 that walked out. So you're talking about $1,800 extra is what I needed. So I lost 3 of them in that one process.
Well, let me ask you this: why didn't you put it on Section 8?
So what happened with me was I became an investor before I became a businessman. Okay. So that answers the question why I didn't put them on Section 8. That's a business move you just said. I was not a businessman. I was dangerous with some. Well, I wasn't dangerous. I was ambitious. I was courageous. But you want to be a savvy business person. Excuse me, I say businessman. Business person. So when you start investing, you can make sound questions like that and actually handle your investments. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't hold me being in the I quadrant, what Robert Kiyosaki would call it, because I had no education in the B quadrant. I only knew how to do business as a low level street guy. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't put anything on Section 8 because I didn't even know the process. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just a bad business person. Yeah, I was a bad business person.
But you were growing and you were learning.
Absolutely. Okay, just make sure you get my tip.
That's
That's it. Because Tippins is right now. All this is Tippins out there, but she's staffing. Okay, I'm moving too fast to think like this. You know what I'm saying? Put you in a company. Let me tell you what that means. Because we do grouping and hours around here. So you're gonna get paid 3 times. You're gonna get paid your 3% commission.
That's it.
This how it's gonna work.
All right,
You're gonna get paid.
Okay, great.
You're gonna get if you're the buy. When you buy it, you get paid.
And all things.
And then when you turn around and sell it, you're gonna get paid. That's gonna be 3% plus 3%. But we're not gonna split the money in 8 ways.
Okay.
So on every deal, you're gonna get paid as a real estate agent plus an investor.
And that's why we haven't called asset protection, because we kept hitting roadblocks every time.
Oh,
That's
because
why
we
we
need
have-
one more person to add for asset protection,
That's why.
and
That's why I never call. So you're actually gonna be on the company.
I was sitting here thinking she does so much.
Yeah.
She does so much.
Well,
for
thank
you to
you.
do all those comps for us, and all we have to do is
So
Well, I work for you.
yeah, but
well,
now
now
you work for
you work
you.
with
Now
us. It
we
don't work
work
like
with
that
you.
around here.
Thank you.
It don't work like that around here. The matrix doesn't exist here. You do work for us normally. Now you're working with it. Notice I just said they're gonna get paid once. I just said how many times you gonna get paid?
3.
Did anybody have a problem with that?
No.
Not here.
Not here.
Now I could have said, all right, well, I could have texted me and said, well, she don't get paid commission. Everybody gonna more than her. I mean, she'll make more than everybody. I don't want that problem. And how I work here. We're trying to get out of poverty.
Come on.
We don't care what you get.
Come on now.
As long as we get out of poverty, by all means, get more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man.
So now you can truly know that whatever you've been praying for, it has come to pass because.
And you know I've been praying.
That's clap for tips, please. That's all her. I'm moving way too fast.
Thank
Yeah, I'm moving way too fast for that. Like, moving way too. I ain't even think about all that. I'm thinking about the email. She thinking about your future. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for planting the seed in my life and my family's. Thank y'all.
Don't make me do
Good
Get all
I
of
need
it.
all that.
That's that.
And
Well,
that's
I
why
heard
she-
her say she wanted to turn her yearly income to her weekly income. And every day that plays over and over in my mind, so I kept saying, how can we help make that happen? And then I texted him when I kept saying, hey, I need you to check your phone, not nod your head. I asked him how much commission do you make, and when he told me, I was like, oh no, that's not going to work for me.
3%.
3%,
Yeah, it's not.
And even though it's 6%,
Forgot. Go ahead.
it's 6%, but you have your selling, which is your listing agent, and you have your buyer's agent. But each agent normally has a broker.
Yeah.
So then it's
So the broker takes a
You gotta break
commission
off a piece.
of that, so it's not really 3% because they have a portion. Your broker who carries your license and they have certain responsibilities.
awesome. I was just saying when you're doing, I'm like, you do all that? You sent us everything?
We're gonna make her a broker and a real estate. Well, she's already a real estate investor now. So now I need every time you send a house, you're also gonna send not just your commission, but we're gonna split it evenly.
Thank you.
You're gonna get no. That's how we work here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how we work here. It's not just me. That's everybody.
I'm happier for you.
Crystal, thank you too.
Yeah. I know that's right. That was a wise thing you just said. The Bible says, I'll put a table before you eat it. I wish I had somebody.
I watching.
She said, oh, Crystal will thank you too.
You want your yearly salary to be your weekly salary? You just preached. All right. Okay, great. That's it. Okay. I heard that every day. Okay.
That's it. So
Teach me.
So we got it now. So you're gonna get paid. No, and listen, Ryan, we don't care how many times you get paid. Get paid, because we want to make you a broker.
Yes.
Because after a while, we won't be splitting 50%. And check this out. After a while, we won't be splitting our properties at 8 times. Once we get enough money, you'll be doing individual properties. You get it? So what they'll be doing is you'll be getting your commission, and they'll just be chunking you money off of their things just cause. That's how we work around here.
Group economics.
And I just have to, which I'm going to an investment class for realtors to see how do realtors have to do it, because it's a different hat and you can't have that conflict of interest. So that's my part I have to figure out.
Well, I
So
know.
I won't.
You'll be our.
I know realtors do it, but
Yeah.
if somebody said this close, but I just don't know the
She
conflict
could
of
do
interest. is.
bonuses. Can we do this bonuses? I mean, is there you saying her real estate license won't let her be an investor?
No, it will.
Oh.
It will. Realtors. I just have to know how to.
We gonna get you gonna
But
get
y'all,
your
it's already
money.
disclosed to have a realtor to y'all, so y'all know. So
Yeah. You'll be. Oh, we'll put you on there. That shouldn't violate no brokerage, and it shouldn't violate any investing side. Because I can say, we're commission only or something. You know what I'm saying? Which is no different. No different than that. Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, that makes sense. But that is the point. That's the point. That's the plan. Anybody object?
All for it.
well, thank you. I am honored to be a part of y'all family. I am touched.
Our family now.
Yes.
Yeah, our family now. It's our family. How many deals offers we making a week?
20.
20 minimum.
So that means that y'all need to go back to the first email, start running numbers, start getting comps, because we need to get the offer you're gonna make up there, and the deal, excuse me, the deal you're gonna set close on up there, and we need to start putting 20 a week.
Okay.
And since this is Wednesday, and I'm Antonio Smith, how many do I want this week?
20.
And do I care that it's Wednesday?
No.
Outstanding. This is
Yeah,
beautiful.
Friday. Saturday night.
I want 20. I want 20.
Lord have mercy.
That's it. That's it. Unless you got something else. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that you actually come down, because we don't know everything. What we know, I might know my knowledge. I know how to make money. Let me just say that I can get at. That I know how to do. It don't matter what it is. You want to sell cell phones? Let's go. I know how to make money. I'm about to open up a weave store. If I can.
Okay.
Because I looked into that.
Okay. As
So-
did Barbara.
Okay.
And she ran a number by me, and I said, "Oh, really?"
Okay.
Okay.
So you understand.
Okay. So let's discuss.
Can you open up? This is what I need. A Christian daycare that has a curriculum. It can go all the way up to a school, a private school, but we need that in the community, and that's something I was interested in doing, because don't just be a daycare and unstructured.
Oh, Lord.
Be that school that's raising our kids to compete and to teach them that financial knowledge that they don't learn.
I might have to do that, because
Like you're teaching your baby's business,
I've kind of invented 3 different schools. They're all different. My baby school, Plant Better University, and Brook Carrick University. They're all schools.
Mute something.
Is that you, Jesus?
Mm-hmm. Put it over there.
Okay.
Put it over there. Put it over there.
No, don't put it over here. That's not nobody's business right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we gonna be. Oh, shit.
That's the purpose.
Oh. That just may happen. That
That's
just
why
may
it's over
happen.
here.
This may happen.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm
need.
gonna put all this video on Plant Better University. You know what? I thought I had a thought earlier. Immediately, we do a lot of conferences, financial conferences. Can you do our real estate section side?
Sure.
Okay.
You said what that encompasses, but yeah.
We teach people how to make money, and because we get at it, whether it be from eBay, but I would like to also, while we teach people how to make money, let's talk real estate. And then we do a whole, we do a whole real estate section, a whole real estate day of it. And then we have our expert, you, talk about real estate law, et cetera, and this is how you get it. So when someone says, well, how do I buy my first house? You know the rates that's going, you understand, you'll be able to answer that as a keynote speaker on real estate. And of course, any data that's collected, we just give to you. And now you constantly getting in new people buying a house. Although, you don't necessarily need that no more. You just picked up 7 clients.
Okay. Praise the Lord.
Girl, whatever
Completion,
you been praying
perfection.
for, that's
7.
the same thing she been talking about.
I got married 3-7.
3-7. Look at that.
Had my baby baptized on 7-3. I love them numbers.
Oh, man, look at
5 and
that.
7 is mine.
Grace, okay, yes. It's grace. No, 5 is grace. 5 means grace. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
My birthday is May 7th. 5 and 7.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
They so Baptist.
So you're the complete grace.
Come on, Jesus.
That's your company name. That's your company name.
Oh God.
Help us, Lord.
I guess I should.
Her name is actually Grace, though.
Guess I should live
Nah. Okay, nah. So she one-upped you. It's on her birth certificate. Yeah, buddy. I'm good. I've got nothing else. I'm glad. What do I have? That is
Sorry.
okay. That's it. That's it. That's it. Now, how let's just do this for structure. When you send an email, if y'all like the property, do we go back to her and ask for comps?
Yes.
Good. And then when you send the comps and you do the numbers, once you send the comps, actually no, once she send back comps, both of y'all are doing numbers.
Okay.
Because those comps will have the ARV, it'll be the middle number.
Okay. Yes.
It'll be the middle number.
Yeah. I mean, we need the comps before we can. Yeah.
Well, she can't do anything. Yeah, you're right. But once you get the comps back, go.
Okay.
When you send a house with 3 comps, I mean, you send comps 3, 4, 5, whatever. The 3, is it in one email?
Yeah, your comp is in one email.
Okay, so do me a
The
favor.
instant comp.
So then title that comps.
Okay.
So if you can,
Comps
let
for
you-
in the property.
Okay, so when she, because what I want to train the culture when she check her email, she comes, oh, wait a minute, she pulling over the side of the road, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now with y'all email, can you do like a VIP purse or something that it dings every time? Well, no, that would be too much. Okay, never mind.
No, but here's a beautiful thing. You're the only person on planet Earth with that email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
boy,
sorry,
wow.
but
We created
it's
it
going
just
off
for you.
left and right
Yes.
Yeah, we created it just for you.
Okay.
now. Look,
That's for you.
330, 242.
Yep.
I'm getting them, but they're coming to the ATS.
Well, we didn't give her that email address because it didn't make sense for her to send and receive the same email. Because she's sending to it. And then she'll also receive it if she had it.
So she's sending it to the ATSJR, and then we'll send our questions to real estate.
Right.
Okay.
Because if she had it
I
sent
got
to her
it.
phone,
I got it.
every
I
time
got
she
it.
sent
So I'm like, am I in the wrong? Did I not sync them right or something?
Yeah, she'll
Okay.
be sending houses to herself. Because she has the email.
So she sends them to the ATSJR. We reply through the real estate at the
That's the only email
ATSJR.
y'all gonna be. You're gonna do it enough to where the server rarely send it in the junk.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? As long as you keep communicating, rarely send in the junk, we be good to go.
Okay.
She'll get. So let's recap. Listing comes. You look at it and go, I like this one. Boom. Get the comps. Once the subject says comps, you go to work. But you're gonna go to work too. But right now, I'm just specifically talking to you. You now have a place in the position.
Yay!
You got one the whole way through. Every step of the way.
Yeah, but I'll probably let Grace do it. I'm just gonna.
That's up to you, and as long as you're doing that in prosperity, I ain't got a problem with it.
Okay.
But if you're doing it because you ain't trying to step on those shoes, then I might.
No.
10%.
No.
Okay. So yeah, however, when she see comes, she's going to work. So you're going to work too. Once she run and come say this is a good deal, we're going to reply back to her, make an offer, which they taught us how to do, and then once the offer get accepted, then you can go on out there.
And go
Start
down,
doing your
compare numbers.
walkthrough and stuff with the numbers.
So we see how much will come out the budget.
Amen.
Of course, there's a lot of stuff in between securing the money and all this stuff, right? But we know how to do all that. We know how to do all that. Yeah, we know how to do all that. So that was covered in Mentor Call number 4.
Yeah, you posted the notes. I'm going to go through and transfer them to my tablet, so I have it all.
Not a problem. But we got it. 20 a week takes no faith. In fact, is that shit on? All right, good. This takes no faith. 20 a week takes faith out of it. It took faith to come in this room. Okay. That just makes sense. The Bible says that I'll open up a window of heaven for you, pour you out a blessing. You won't have room enough to receive. Therefore, it takes faith to trust in that scripture. It takes faith to give 10%. It simply takes practicality to find the window. If the window's over here pouring out, you don't need to pray to scoot over. Does that make sense? Now take that into what I'm saying. Don't take God here no more. It took God for you to go through what you went through. To bring us all together. He was all in this. At this point, God is saying, now do the work.
Because faith without work is dead.
You understand? This is not if we lose, it ain't got nothing to do with God didn't give it to us. It's because we didn't do the work. Make sense? It's because faith without works is dead. I couldn't have said it better myself. This takes no faith. It took faith for her to come down. You came the first time she came down. That was faith. I don't know what. I hope this works out. Right? That's faith. I hope this works out. And then the second time, well, they got some questions. I hope I understood everything right. I hope I ain't confused about it, Lord. But you know what, Lord, you got this right. Okay, all right. That's faith. Now it's just 20 a week. If that's it, work. That's it. That is it. Now, the faith to come in again when people accept offers. It's God's job. We gonna do our part. That great philosopher, Yolanda Adams says, the battle is not yours. It's the Lord's. Wish I had somebody. He gonna figure out who gonna accept. We gonna do the battle and put it in the work. All right, now I'm done.
We're gonna create the funnel to receive our abundance.
Okay.
You understand? You
Pray
understand?
without ceasing. Come
That's
on now.
it. Make sense? All right, that's it. As soon as you come back, I'm gonna pray us out because I feel the need to.